Dear students and respected guardians, Assalamu alaikum. I am MD Hussain. Welcome you all to this training sessions. Today we are going to discuss regarding the applications, academic applications of the website www.masbury.org. This is basically welcome space. Today we will introduce our services that we are going to provide from our side to the students of the for the batch of HSC 2025 and HSC 2024. All the subjects, academic subjects that are required for the final HSC exams will be supported here, and full classes, chapter to chapters, will be conducted here. So learners for the sections for the years HSC 2025 and the learners for HSC 2025 will get a massive and detailed support for the academic subject. In case of having expertise into the subject content or subject matters and for doing well into the examinations, uh, the preconditions and the necessary steps will be discussed to this short welcome space. So hope you will enjoy, and I will especially request you to share this video to others learners so that all are get benefit from these discussions. Basically, this platform is conducting the educational services from www.masbury.org for the learners of HSC, and not only for HSC but also on the other classes like O level and A level, and the national university curriculums from the first year to masters, and the seven college curriculums for chemistry and the physics. So the large number of students are getting benefit from this site. I hope it will also go a long way to get a full support, or massive support for the HSC basis. Students who are starting HSC courses in English versions will definitely get details support for their subject matters in terms of physics, chemistry, and then math, biology, ICT, and English. For involvement to this site, this is very simple way. Just you will go to the Google from your device and then type www.masbd.org. I can write here. Just type into the Google search option www.masbd.org and then press enter. After this you will get the website like this, and then after coming to this website you will just click here HSC online. Then you will get the details, guideline here, how to admit and how to enroll, and then how you have to start your classes. All the issues related to HSC online, Bangla medium and English versions are included here. So as per your batches, you will click on the batch name. You can see here in the screen the HSC batch 24, batch 23, and HSC batch 25. And in the drop down list of the HSC batch 25, you will see here HSC English version. So if you click here HSC English version, you will get the separate window in which you will get the details guideline for HSC English version. So there is no problem at all to find out the procedures by which you will be connected to this site, and how you will sign up. You can see here that the sign up button. Just press on the sign up button and you will get a form, and just fill up and submit. and you will get the details information from the office, and you will be able to start your class easily from any part of the universe. Students who have already enrolled are going to start their classes from anywhere at any time. All the classes are recorded from it and also in live classes. Live and recorded classes are will be arranged in a gradual manner, as chapter to chapter, as subject to subject. So there will be no problem to find out the courses on the recorded classes and the live classes, to find out in the lecture videos and the notes. All the edu materials for the different chapters will be discussed here, will be available at the page, and the students from the any parts of the universe collect collect the copies of the edu materials from our offices. Basically, our office is located at Rajshahi. From the students of the Rajshahi will be able to go to our office and can collect their edu materials for their chapters or for the subject matters. So I hope you have really understand how you will join and how you will get your content and how you will collect your copy. Students intended to download the subject content are able to download from this website. Also, in that case, you have to take permissions to download the copies. Beside this, you can see here. Beside this, there are so many platforms to collect the copies, and you can go to the FB page also, and then you can see here. On our academic and admission from this page, you will also get the proper directions to how you will get the copies. Beside this, you can also take note for our uh, for our um, for our WhatsApp number, and you can in that case you can see here I'm writing the WhatsApp number into the screen, um, or you can collect from this number in the details informations that you required. The number is 01854550184. By calling these numbers, you can easily collect the details information regarding your courses or regarding admissions, regarding payment systems, and everything. Now the questions, the why students will study in English version. Why are you not going to study in Bangla medium? So in that case, to understand the detailed subject matters and the details issues regarding the questions that we have already asked later, why you will study HSC courses in English version, we are going to discuss. I hope it will help you to understand the discriminations between the Bangla medium students and the English version students. Okay, then we are this is kind of our chemistry, and you can get the details courses or subject matters or the informations from the website www.massmedia.org. Now, basic discussion what to do before starting study online or offline. When the students HSC batch 24 or 25 going to start their academic subject, the precautions or the preparations to be required to think for or to start for before starting their academic courses. Why will you study in English version? Before going to discuss this slide, I'm going to the previous one, the basic discussions what to do before starting study online or offline. When you are going to study online, then as students of English version, you should think the following issues. Number one, you have to think for the tutor who tutor who is going to teach you the subject. As you can say, you are going to learn the chemistry, then you should think regarding the teacher who is going to teach you the chemistry. Students from completed MSc degree from the chemistry can teach chemistry. There is no doubt at all. But in case of students of English version, there are so many limitations. You cannot receive information from any teacher who is not well versed in English. So for selecting teachers, you should have to be careful regarding the presentation skills and regarding the fluency, regarding the phonetics of the teachers. Because as you are trying hard to learn chemistry, I'm just especially mentioning chemistry, but it should be applicable for all subject. When you are going to learn the subject matter or any subject of HSC English version, there are so many objectives. Number one, you are learning subject of HSC in English version because to hold up, to upgrade, to progress, or to have a greater fluency on English. Number one. Number two, to learn the relative terminology that will help you in getting the higher education. Number three, number three, your pronunciation should be much more better than other students who are studying in Bangla medium. And the most important thing is the spoken and written part of students starting in English version will be much more higher, much more better than any other students who is starting in Bangla medium. So these are the major basic points when you are starting HSC subject content in English version. But when you are going to learn subject matter from any teacher who is not qualified with those above mentioned qualities, then you will lose the chances and then you will lose the benefit that I have already mentioned. A comprehensive or synergistic effect, comprehensive goal or synergistic effect, you should have to think for the above mentioned points before starting learning from anyone, as you are a student of English version. So students from English version cannot go to any teachers who are not enriched with the qualities that I already mentioned. I hope guardians will take proper care regarding these issues. And then basic discussion in this part, I would like to conclude by repeating a few words. Be careful before selecting teachers for your kids who is starting English version. Be careful. Otherwise, it will completely lose your all hope. Then I'm going to the next slide. Why will we study in English version? As I earlier mentioned it, there are so many so many benefits in studying English version. HSC academic courses starting English version. This is not a joke. Guardians should take proper precautionary steps for this starting procedure, so that students get convenient ways and get enough time and enough support to study in English version. And before selecting the teachers who will teach your kids or the students of English version, should be much more careful uh, in delivering their lectures and delivering their subject issues, content, materials, and the presentation skill. And ultimately, the most important thing is that the phonetics. If if you are a student of English version and you are learn or you are receiving education from a person whose phonetics is not to the up to the mark as per IPA, then you will lose the all possibilities, because you are telling English in normal ways, you are speaking English in normal ways. It will not carry any benefit at all. As students of English version, you have to understand the concept of phonetics, and you have to practice in daily basis in receiving education and delivering your discussion. Teachers who are not qualified, are not the up to the mark pronunciations, should not take any responsibility of the students who are starting in English version, because the students who is starting in English version, the major one of the major benefit is that he or she have to achieve the correct pronunciation, have to achieve the correct pronunciation. Guardians should also take precautionary steps in this regard. As a guardian, you think, let me explain one thing. You, when you are, if your English phonetics is not to the up to the mark as per IPA, you will not be able to understand the news or the cinematic dialogues, or the native speakers dialogue. Do you think that your students starting in English version are after starting English version, your students, your kids, or the students will face the same problem as you are facing right now? Do you think so? As a guardian, as a conscious guardian, we will think that no, you do not want this. You don't want this. You want your kids will be able to understand the native speaker speak. So how this is possible? This is only possible if your kids, if your child receive education in proper phonetics and discuss or practice proper phonetics. When the students will not receive education in proper phonetics, how you think that your kids or your children will speak in proper phonetics? Is it possible without listening proper phonetics? So before selecting teachers for your kids, you should be much more careful. Either the phonetics is okay or not. If a teacher have the expertise on the subject matter, on the specific subject, and he has a vast experience of teaching, but his phonetics or spoken or fluency is not up to the mark, you should reject the teacher. You should reject the teacher. You should reject the teacher, because you you want your child, because you are expecting the benefit of your child. For ensuring the best benefit of your child, you should reject it. You should select that teachers who have the correct phonetics and the subject expertise and can deliver the speech fluently. Otherwise, no development will carry out, and all your effort goes into lose all your effort. All your effort will be lost. So I hope you have understand the benefit of English version, and how will you will overcome the problems, this overcome this types of problems. And we are here, we from www.massbilly.org can assure you that you will get the teachers here for the specific subject, and all the subject teachers are well trained in phonetics, and have the international standard fluency. So there is no problem at all, and your kids will be able to understand and able to share with us their views with correct phonetics, and by this way they will learn their subject matter, and will also improve the quality of communication. I hope you have understand. The next question is how we will select teacher. I have already discussed how we will select teachers. Before selecting teachers, you have to identify the few points. You have to focus on the strong focus on the few points. Number one, either the teachers have the correct phonetics. Number two, either the teacher can speak or write fluently and correctly. And number three, does the teacher has the enough experience and on teaching methodology? You have to focus on it. You have to identify it before selecting teachers for your child who is starting in English market. So I have understood. I think that you have understand the topics that I am gonna cover. What what are the what we are offering? at Mass BD or onward chemistry. You can see uh, we are covering a lot of things. When students are coming here, or getting admission, we are going to cover the whole subject. You can we can mention few of the major points. Number one, we are providing online classes, chapter to chapter, subject to chapter, point to point. We are providing all types of materials, problem solving class, live and record classes, anytime access, support up to final exam, details and short suggestion, QC, short questions discussion, online exam, and many more. Students from any part of the of our country and the globe can take part into our site by just single click. We provide a link, single click link to each and every students. By clicking that link, students can enter into their own page, and by entering to the page, he or she will get details for their for his or her subject matter. Why you will choose? Now the question is the why you will choose www.massbd.org for your child, for covering the HSC Batch 25 and HSC Batch 24 subject contents. Number one, this is the very cost effective procedures. Number two, the program is completely designed for online version. The program is fully leaded online, anytime access. Any students can solve their problems from that by talking or by communicating to their teachers for the respective subject. Each subject have the duration to cover up, and we covered it within 4 months. Any student can start 4 subject at a time to cover their whole course, and he or she will be able to cover the whole courses within the 4 months. After completing the courses, we are going to conduct the live classes and the QC and the short exams and the practice exam. And this continuation will go up to final exam. So there is no problem at all. We are staying here and we are connecting to each other 24 hours. So why are you thinking for? Register to our site and start your class. Support for HSC Batch 24 and 25 have been started. So students for the HSC Batch 25 and HSC Batch 24 for English version and Bangla medium can join with us and can start their classes. I hope you have understand regarding our the subject matters, regarding our views and regarding our supported. Until then, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Just inbox us or send message to our inbox. Hope you have enjoyed the video and you have get the details, conceptions regarding the subject, regarding the services that we are going to provide from here. And the guardians from the Rajshari city can easily visit our campus. In that case, you should go here. Just mentioning the address: ISR study home Devi Singh পাড়া, ছোট বটতলা, রাজশাহী cell 01854550184. You can call this number. So thank you so much for your patient sharing, and that's all for our welcome speech. And now next our classes will be started, and gradually all the subject matters and the discussions, live video and record video will be started from today. Thank you so much.